right now I'm in a position where I don't have friends. Also, I'm in a position where I'm discovering that being a nice guy and finishing last is actually a pretty good deal. All right? Because a lot of people, they get, you know, approached by someone, it kind of works, and then the heart just gets stolen, and then it's just a normal process, by the way, because people don't know what to do when the toxicity hits the floor, right? When problems hit the floor, like usually people don't know what to do. They can pretend that everything is fine, but it just accumulates. The problem is eventually it's gonna pop. Eventually something's bad is gonna happen. Or something bad is going to happen to you if you make a baby out of it, if you marry someone, if you make a long-lasting contract, basically, with the devil of like, well, are you sure you can trust this person? Because if you cannot trust a person and you're signing up a crazy-ass contract, I mean, that's... Welcome, guys. Well, welcome to the brutality of life. Everyone wants to project that their life is nice and it's working out and it's all good. But the problem is we're all interconnected. And if someone in our community, in our field of view is suffering and they're not supposed to be suffering, I'm suffering because I have no friends, bro. But it seems like, you know, you naturally lose your support system because your friends also want to like do as much as they can, whatever life they have. They just want to do their stuff. But eventually everything comes crashing down. The high goes to a low because it has to. We have to like support each other and at least acknowledge each other that we exist. And so the can of worms open up when my classmates decide to do our reunion. It's the most magical thing that doesn't seem to work out very well when a big guy like me shows up and demands for like actual organized event, like actually something memorable, something fun. Like we can all contribute, right, to make things fun, but turn out that's just a daydream that I have. People cannot organize themselves because we're so disconnected and just unable to do anything cool. But like, it's not supposed to be a party. Party's too much. And meeting for like 2 hours and just saying a few words is too little. There has to be something in between that like works, right? And all of a sudden it's a puzzle to solve. But we haven't even started solving the puzzle. We just like realized, oh, I hate that, and ran away. I cannot support that, unfortunately. But it's my first time getting super rejected. You know, like I have been rejected by one girl over there, one guy over there, lose one friend here, here. You know. But I was never like super rejected where everyone just like scatters. So this kind of creates a whole question of like what the fuck is a nice guy? Why would I even talk about it, by the way? Right? But let's say now everyone sort of has to exist on the internet, and you must understand, anyone who exists on the internet have to be praised and analyzed, and they have to be public, all right? They cannot be locked in private. And usually, for me, because I'm a dude, I'm a take care of the girls, all right? I'm a analyze that shit, because that seems kind of a fair thing to do. But like, if someone is private, I don't recommend you guys following that shit in any way, because they have too much power. They have, even if they unlock the log, they have too much power. Even if you pursue them a bunch of times, they have too much power. It's completely pointless to attack or try to infiltrate a private person. They're just, they don't like the internet right now. Or they're just stupid. All right? Two things can be happening. But again, everyone is interconnected, so there's a way to, convince the person otherwise. And unlock them. Monica is private, but she's fucking very high up there. Because I pursued her, and I technically failed, but not miserably. Alright? Not miserably. It's fine. I got something, every time. I got a little bit of something. I made memories. Because technically, it's almost like she actually gave me a chance, a little bit of chance. I got a sneak peek into her not private life, because like in comparison right now, she's just a nobody, basically. Which is kind of weird. So I'm not sure how it's going to evolve from here. But yeah, like there's a whole life experience to nail down. And we're going to start here. We're going to start with Niga Higa. Apparently, these are almost like questions, right? What is a nice guy? What is a ninja? Well, and we already lost the seriousness. What if you can sound like your favorite artist? Is that a question? Now I'm confused. And then bromance, the ugly question. I mean, doesn't really work out, but it is pretty big question of like, how do you define this? Right? What is a nice guy and why do they finish last, my friends? We have to understand. So, most people just kind of like run around, bouncing around. They don't actually care much about other people's feelings. They pretend, but they don't know. For me, I'm a nice guy because I actually like attempt to at least learn. I can hurt other people, but I'm like honest about it. I follow principles. You can sort of like predict my moves if you care about me. If you don't care about me, of course, you're gonna get hurt and butt hurt if you want, whatever you want to do. It's still gonna hurt me in the process as well. So it's not even. I can always take revenge. Nice guys finish last because they have been so nice that no one has been like getting up to their level. So I can throw any amount of shit I want. It's better to, keep it short, keep it impactful. But you can just pump it, bro. And obviously you don't want to destroy people. It feels bad, but if you turn a public person into a private person, that's something I captured Monica doing, by the way, on my Instagram. I showed how Monica just turned into a private person because of me. And now it creates a whole fucking storyline of like, wait, what? I did that? Okay, that's cool. And she's my first high school crush, the first person to be attracted to and all that shit. And for obvious reasons, because I'm fucking hungry for like connection, human connection. I didn't got that. So I'm like, who's the first person that's supposed to basically give me that shit? That was my question. And in terms of feelings, because I wasn't able to control myself. I was still a dumbass back in the day. I would just write books, bro, instead of messages. I would write paragraphs. I still do that to myself, though. But now I expect like back and forth, like 50% commitment to both sides. Sometimes I can spill over, but only if I want to like win the conversation, at that point. Anyways, it's a very complicated topic. I overcomplicated a little bit Because we're talking about relationships, right? So again, if you're a nice guy, you are nicer than other people. You finish last because you can fix things, basically. You can fix people's feelings. You can make them actually feel good after all the bad shit that happened. And potentially you are the portal to the smart kids club, you know, the community, basically. Technically, internet is known for two things: World Wide Web and .com boys. So that one, this is where we end. We started with war, boys, and would end with a community. So you must understand, like, if you're truly a nice guy, you can withstand war. You can understand where everything started and how it's gonna go. And because the end goal is community, so you have to fight for it. You know, you have to submit to the war that is like the internet. I have been training on the internet, understanding, analyzing, and now I'm going to war against it because everyone out here is wanting something and there's no rules to like break you down. I mean, most people just turn into haters, but you have to filter the anonymous ones. Anonymous haters, if anonymous person is being nasty to you, you probably have to just kick him out. Remind them that they're anonymous, that they're going to get kicked out for being not nice to you, you know, because it's pointless. It's pointless to try and like analyze a person that doesn't exist, you know. So it's a very interesting relationship that you have to understand with the internet. That's where I live. I don't know any other place where community can exist, because it's very easy to just send messages to each other through the internet very quickly. Just send intentions and nice thoughts, bad thoughts, whatever, right? Whatever. Because you can block a person if you don't like them with their bad thoughts, but like, it's still fine. Like, I received bad thoughts, don't worry about that shit. And most people, you know, test those waters because they're not nice, you know. So most people, because they're not nice, the nicest thing they can do is shut the fuck up. That is one cool thing you can actually advise them to do. Well, shut the fuck up, you know. If they can't shut the fuck up, or you don't want them to shut the fuck up because they already have dealt too much damage, I mean, now things get really complicated and ugly. So, man, now you probably have to spit fire at them and make them talk. Some people, they gonna take the nice thing of like, oh, but if I'm nice when I shut up. But sometimes it's actually the opposite. Like, everything is there's no one single strategy that fits all purposes. Sometimes being silent is not nice. It's nice to admit that you did something wrong, you know. It's nice to be honest. It's nice to be friendly. If I'm being needy, right? It's you can shut up if you, and say like, I have nothing nice to say, unfortunately. But you still have to admit that you're a terrible person. I can still squeeze you, and that shit has to come out. And the only thing that has to be acknowledged in this case is effort. But okay, so let's dump the boring parts. We're gonna dissect an album, because this is a torn episode. We need an artist that talks about nice guys to some extent, or talks about feelings in general. I feel we can finally touch Ariana Grande for the first time, because this is a pretty big deal. I don't think we did Selena, we did Taylor, and we did jewel, but Ari is still up for grabs, so we now have to figure out which album we're gonna tear apart. Ariana Grande, boys. We have 3 suggestions, I guess. How do we get to the albums? Probably just click that. And now that. So before we decide which album to do, we have to, at least get the vibe of what we're searching for in the first place. I just have to figure out by the name of the album, because it's too difficult to forget what's inside it. I mean, I at least remember Thank You Next as a video, because I watched it like 50 times, bro. Positions video, I also kind of remember, because this is where I started following Ariana. But the previous stuff is a little bit vague for me. Now, women want you to express your true intentions, right? They don't want you to be nice, guys, because often enough you can freeze yourself, and that is just pathetic, right? It's a pathetic behavior to allow yourself to freeze because there's so many rules and ways society operates. You have to release yourself from that prison. For me, it's too difficult. I can't do it, bro. I have frozen. I'm okay being frozen. It's just too fucking difficult for me. Because I want to do a lot of things in life. I gain feelings by just hard work. I don't get feelings by from society. Because society just wants to reject me as well. They have a need to reject me. Which is fine, because I build memories that way, and how I get rejected is still a relevant thing. So, that's how my life went. That was my life of being rejected from over there, and there's this culmination of just ultimate rejection, as I've said. But yeah, you have to show your true intentions. That is the nicest thing you can do, technically. As long as your true intentions are shown many, many times, so you master that. You master the honesty. Up until that point, you don't have to, You still have to show your true intentions, but you don't have to be nice. So throughout the whole video, there's a whole transformation of but my actual true intentions is you have to break the ice to be nice, that's the whole point. Break the ice to be nice. And unfortunately, there's still ice over here, so I don't know how that fucking works. But the idea behind this saying is that you have to get comfortable with a person, you have to push buttons and not worry about it. And then you sort of connected. And when you feel connected, well, you have to stop breaking the ice, because there ain't nothing to break but someone's heart, or their feelings or whatever. But you can definitely break the ice. You can definitely start a fight. And this is why it's so weird when Sniper Wolf was attacked by Jack's films of was he pursuing her because of her problems? Does he have a lot of arguments for that? Or is he just interested, so to speak? You never know what the fuck's going on when people start a fight. Are they breaking ice? Are they getting comfortable with someone? Because, he just sits there and watches Sniper Wolf videos in public. So it is a very questionable thing, right? It is very, very questionable. And Sniper Wolf definitely reacted in a women type of way, in a relationship type of way of please don't pursue me like that. It's find a different way, okay? Don't be obsessed. And it's just, he lost, but he got publicly humiliated It's just Jack Sims is being defended in so many ways, in like the legal ways. But he was not nice. He couldn't be. He couldn't turn into a nice guy and appreciate the other side, the other coin that he was also participating in. You almost like participate in two things, but to make things more complicated. But like, nah, let's forget about that part. Let's just focus on the idea. Well, when I say two things at once, you might want to like be curious about a girl. You just like, you want to know what relationships are, but you at the same time, you're pursuing a relationship. You are having a relationship. You're creating memories at the same time. So it's a double-sided thing. You're making a commitment. That is a relationship, basically. So you can fool yourself that you're doing something cool and you're reaching for justice or asking questions. But at the same time, you must not forget that these are also relationships that you're dealing with. You're dealing with real people. And they have feelings too. And Sniper Wolf tries to remind that as well, of like, well, you don't have to treat me like shit, you know. Because I express my feelings through my videos. That's kind of what it means, right? The feelings leak out. And you have to get in tune with that, because if you're gonna be an asshole, you're just gonna miss out on the whole fucking part of like why love exists and why other people exist. Because like, you're just gonna be left alone, right? People have to be nice to be approachable, but they have to be strong enough to break the ice, right? That is the principle. This is why that's what's double-sided about this, right? You have to appreciate the relationship that you might get. You might unlock the fucking avatar stuck in the middle of a fucking iceberg. You might do that one. That is the start of like the airbender avatar thing. Where he gets broken off. Found stuck in ice. Like, what the fuck are you doing there, bro? Like a mammoth, bro. But yeah, so you have to have two sets of skills. You need to learn two things. How to be strong enough to start a fight, and how to fight and win without hurting other people you might care about. If you don't care about those people, unfortunately, you got hurt. Someone else have to take care of you. You know, that's the spice of the fight of like you. What Jack Sims can say to himself, and he has to keep retaliating of like, I don't care about Sniper Wolf. He has to say that to himself, right? Oh, I don't care about Sniper. For me, when I cared about Sniper Wolf, I have been called a simp. However, simp is something that requires a direct relationship. Like, I have to, you know, connect with Sniper Wolf first. So there's a conflicting ideology of like, well, you will never reach Sniper Wolf, but you're also a simp. And it's like, I can't be both. And if there's conflicting, why can't be both? Like, a simp has to contribute directly. I have to simp directly. I have to receive commands and give Sniper Wolf what she wants 100% basically, as best as I can. But just follow her commands. And that's just not the case. Not what's going on. That would be simping. You know, because she's a woman, because she's hot, I will just follow whatever she says to me. That's simping. That is something that, you know, is unacceptable for men to do. But to like a woman, to follow women, and to protect women, motherfucker, you're gonna get your fucking ass kicked if you call me a fucking simp for doing that shit. Because now I can smell there's a lack of principles going on. So he's going to be lucky if he's anonymous and calls me a simp. But holy shit, if you have a little bit of a fucking contribution to the internet, that's going to fucking burn, bro. Holy shit, man. People calling me sim, bro. Are you kidding me? I still haven't fucking touched a woman, bro. On the internet, you can barely be a sim because women don't actually give you attention of any kind, let alone directions and ask for things. They don't do that shit on the internet, my friends. Holy fuck. So, and when a girl showed up and started being fucking annoying and disruptive to my life, I kick her out. There ain't no simping here, my friends. The moment I feel uncomfortable, I kick her out. It's just that simple. But, yeah. This is not a message. This is a message for you. For haters, we're going to have a different type of talk. You know, we're going to talk with actions. For you, you just get the principle and the emotion attached to it. So you understand what's going to happen to these fucking people. Can give me conflicting ideas of you will never reach the Sniper Wolf. And you are also Sniper Wolf Simp. And it's like, I can't do both. I can't do neither, technically. I am reaching out. I am doing something, and something might happen. You don't know the future, and you don't know the present either. If you don't even know the definition of a simp, you just know that it's like an offensive word that you can use against me, right? But if you use against offensive shit against poor people, like you're mentally ill, bro. You don't need to attack you don't need to attack poor people. You don't have to. You know. You know you're superior anyways because you're not poor. So you don't have to attack a weaker person. You don't have to bully weaker people. You just don't have to. Because someone more powerful is going to step in and bully you. You know, see how you'll fucking like it. So there's a lot of like principles that people have to learn in life. They have to have the experience of like what happens, what is the consequence if you do bad things. Being nice is something you have to actually craft over time, over the experiences that you receive. And you can like sort of speedrun the experiences on the internet because you can see other people projecting their stuff. You just have to understand, you just have to connect, you have to listen, understand their language or whatever, and then you pick up all that experience for yourself as well. Moving on, let's finish the video. Just to get the vibe, I don't think there's anything more that I'm missing here, but we'll see. I love that part. This part now. I used to hate it though. I don't really care. It's a whole nother level as well. I don't really care. You know, I want to get out of this situation. That's cool. You can do it in a nice way. You can do it in a cold and like, fuck this shit. Because you can use the eyes as well as like, of like how distant you are from that person. And you can use eyes of like, once it's broken, once you feel the opportunity is there, you can approach her and be like a nice person. And it's a whole fucking story you have crafted, basically. The ice is there to just test your skills of how you're going to deal with it. And the woman is going to wait, but potentially she will give you a hand, give you some help if she cares about you. You know, but like, yeah, this is like a very honest move. I'm like, I don't really care about your day. But a nice thing to do is, you know, not just create empty space, but fill it up with something else. So what do you care about, right? Gotta figure that shit out. So there's so many mistakes to be made until you learn the right way to do things. Holy shit, bro. Front is for the homies, bro. But it's kind of like, yeah, you don't want to get too close and personal with a girl. You don't want her to invade your personal space. If you like her, that's cool. You can test it out, see how it works. But this is why I like, you know, once I give too many green lights, someone can turn into a witch, or someone has been a witch. I don't know which one. Which is which, boys? Which, I don't know. Because I gave too much. I sort of made plenty of mistakes myself, but I'm talking to like a younger person. So, like, uh, I guess it's worse. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I just wanted to throw it out there, but I don't think it sticks. It is what it is. I mean, younger person is going to make more mistakes than I do. So, but at the same time, it's just going to be a disconnect in general. Anyways, so yeah, like don't let women too close. Like you're working on it. You know, you're trying to figure out if we're gonna spend more time and get closer. You're supposed to like shrink the distance, shrink the ice. You have to let the ice melt basically as well. It's because that's also a process. Like you can brute force a chunk of ice sometimes if you feel like it, but most of the time the most powerful strategy is just to let it melt over time, right? To let her get close to you properly. You know, let her well, you both have to get close, obviously. You have to show respect to each other and all that shit. It has to be a 50-50 thing. And when I do that, I visualize, you know, a simple barrier that both people like supposed to break. So technically, like women are supposed to be like the melting thing, and the guy's just waiting and testing if the ice is breaking or not. You know, maybe that's the way to do it. That's like you know, female and male difference or dynamic that's like cool and stuff, right? Because a woman doesn't know when the ice is weak enough, and the guy doesn't know if it will break or not. But when it happens, well, that's a pretty powerful thing to happen, right? You can't brute force the ice, and you have to give a chance. You know, as a woman, you have to give a chance, and you can't brute force, because that would be rappy, boys, rappy. Yep, of some kind, right? There's different levels. Unfortunately, people have not convinced me that there's a slider between men and women that you can just turn from a woman to a man, but there's definitely a slider of like from ignoring someone and doing the R word. So yeah, there's that slider I do believe in actually. Anyway, so yeah, brute force. Well, you just try. You try and give a chance. I guess. I'm not sure how to. I mean, I do have the random. Yeah. I guess give, right? Give a chance would look like this. C and G at the same time. Alright, cool. Let's keep going. This is your obligation in a relationship, right? Give a lot of men a chance, and a man has to, you know, try and take the relationship. Just break into the relationship, see if that actually works. If a girl doesn't run away and just like, you know, shut things down, because it has to like the 50-50 commitment has to happen so it feels like a relationship, right? It feels like you both signed up the contract. That's why ICE is there, just to challenge the whole thing. In other words, contracts are supposed to be like quite complicated thing. We have to consent to do something, consent to commit into a challenge, and you both have to pretty much succeed in doing the same amount of work. You can imagine a race course, fucking ninja course, where both of you finish the course, and you're like, well, we did it, right? And if you want a bigger challenge, you just say goodbye to each other and you reunite later. You know, the reunion, boys. But the problem is, maybe there is no problem. I don't know. It's just like I have been left behind so much that the reunion doesn't feel good anymore. It just feels trashy as spit. And now I got spit in the face. I don't know how it's going to be resolved. But right now, it just doesn't seem it's going to work out. I don't want it to work out anymore. Because unless people actually become nice, which is weird. Because I haven't heard their intentions to this point. I don't know what they want besides doing this. They definitely don't want to party anymore, which is weird. I think this would be a more natural state if you want a reunion and you want an event of some kind. And I would be like, well, I don't want to do that. You know, I would not consent to that. This, I cannot consent because I can't come out of my shell, bro, that easily. I want stuff in the middle. I want people to organize themselves and, you know, break the ice, at least on the internet space. That is what pisses me off the most. Like, the internet is where the ice has to be broken. Like, if you're breaking the ice, it has to be on the internet first, because it's the easiest fucking shit to do. Easiest challenge to do, of like, prove relationship on the internet. Stitch photos together, hold hands together, bro. On the internet. Well, doesn't sound very easy, but it's the easiest thing to do. If you want to hold hands, even across the entire world with anyone ever, you can do it using the internet. You can stitch the photos together. That's the easiest one. The hardest one is to actually keep and hold a relationship and be committed to it and be nice to a person, to the same person over and over again. That is the hardest thing to do, especially in public when everyone is watching. Everyone is contributing to your relationship, you know. Everyone is waiting to see what happens next, because, like, what else can you do with one person, right? It's just so weird. It's so bizarre, people doing that shit, when I get to observe that. And obviously I'm exhausted. Obviously I had to go through a lot to be able to even observe and acknowledge that this is going on. But, like, Jesus Christ. I guess we're not touching Ariana, unfortunately. I'm already running out of time. Rightfully so, because I'm not supposed to do real videos at the moment. I just have to dump my frustration really badly, guys. Again, nice guys, they have commitments, they want to do stuff in life, like, actually. But I slowly realized, like, no one wants to do stuff with me, so I just slow down into, like, well, I have to give up too. You know, I have to show my bad intentions of, like, why the fuck nobody wants to, you know, contribute a little bit to my direction where I'm going. But I'm like, fuck it, bro. Fuck it. I'm gonna play a fucking ace card. I'm gonna escape this shit. I'm gonna use my mom, my biggest platform. I'm gonna do this on my own. I have the internet. I'm a fucking rocket ship in this one. So there's a way to potentially transcend the nice guy dynamic. Potentially do something spectacular and be like, even though everyone is rejecting me and everyone is hoping that I will, like, show bad intentions and I will, like, 3 classmates, the girls, kind of, like, throw at me the idea of, like, well, you're gonna kill all the classmates though, right? You're gonna do the school shooting, right, guys? One of those cool things that Americans do. We can't do that here because we don't have guns. So killing classmates is more of a joke than an actual reality that you can joke, throw out there without consequences, because it's an idea. If it's out there, I will think about it. If that's the only thing you fucking said to me, I will think about it. And it's pain in the ass right now to know that my classmates are this fucking horrifyingly stupid, bro, to throw something at me like that. That's how they wanted to break the ice themselves, and the girls did. So I'm already like ahead of the fucking curve. I have a chance to do something even better than be a nice guy, after I turn around and be an asshole and then again, to be a nice guy, you have to break the ice. You have to like force your way through it. I'll allow a little bit of time for other people to settle, but like, I couldn't even break the ice for like my classmates. I'm like, wow, this is really bad. Like, maybe my entire country is cursed. Who knows, man? Who knows what the fuck contrast is at this point? Because if people just want to like harvest good feelings, they don't like people approaching them anymore. They don't like strangers. They're just scared of everything. Like, I'm sorry, bro. This is pain. This is some reality check moments where I can't live like this, bro. Because I thought I was the only one thinking that way, Now it's just reality check of like everyone's scared of everything all the time, like me. I can relate at least, but not really, because I have been scared for longer. I have not been projecting the fake reality of like, I can do so many cool things, guys. I can do it on the internet though, as a poor person. Even poor people can project that they have ridiculous amount of confidence, they can do fucking backflips. But when they ask to do something, they kind of can't, when they can't, start a conversation like proper one where something gets done, something normalizes. It's weird. I don't want to dig my grave for it. I'll just move on. Because I can still make mistakes. It's so easy. But it's just the allowance of making mistakes. Allow yourself to do it. Because otherwise, you will be just sitting there in silence when everyone else is doing their things. So yeah. Is there a way to transcend? Also, Niga Higa technically is halfway nice. And halfway gaga, bro. Fucking gaga. So yeah, you can see how complicated this whole thing is. You want to take revenge, but sometimes you can transcend of like, I can do things on my own. And the only revenge I will take is not to show bad intentions or attack someone, because that's what they want now. And if they want something really bad to happen to them, if they just concede basically, completely, just to flop like dead bodies in front of me, if that's what they do, if they all just agree to just die for me, I can't take revenge anymore. I just have to declare that they're all dead to me, And I can send them some nice thoughts to chew on, because they are real people, but dead. Like living dead. Garbage, basically, to me. Because I can't get anything out of them, I can't get anything out of a dead person either. It's the same equivalent, bro. I just have good memories or whatever. And even that's probably not really the case, right? You have to still manufacture the good memories, which is so fucking frustrating, bro. So revenge for a very, very powerful person, I mean, it's gonna happen when I crush them you know, crush them into a meatball, you know, feed them to cats. That's gonna be my revenge. When it's just easy, I just snap my fingers and it happens. It starts happening, and I get to watch a movie of my revenge taking place. But right now, no. No revenge is needed. I don't have to pursue them. They're losers. You know, they conceded completely, 100%. Didn't even fucking try a fart, bro. A fart. To surprise me with something. You know, because the clowns are gonna clown, the haters gonna hate. I understand that. That doesn't surprise me. So this whole thing is just sitting on my fucking face, and I'm like, this is game over, bro. I am a nice guy. So I literally can't just kill you just because you're dead. You know, I just have to acknowledge it and move on. Unfortunately. Because, like, again, the easiest thing you can do is, you know, say hi on the internet. Nothing bad is going to happen, bro. Nothing bad. I can see you maybe in my dreams and be like, I probably can't say hi to you. I can't interact with you. Even if I see you in real life, I won't be able to interact with you. And we both know that. We just both know that. Like, neither of us going to be making the first move and approaching each other because now we have hard feelings in the way. Neither of us going to do it. I don't have to do it because I have the hard feelings, but you're not going to do it because you know. You fucking know. And that's good enough for me. That's good enough revenge for me. So a nice guy doesn't kill their classmates. That is where we start, guys. This is a pretty good fucking start. Holy shit. But if you truly want to be nice, you have to, like, give attention. Give attention to make sure that you actually trying to, like, release your hard feelings. That is the end game. All right? Or the direction you're supposed to go. A nice guy doesn't take the idea of, like, well, please kill me as a very appealing idea, because that's what they want. They want to fucking catch a criminal. They want to abuse you. They want to fucking grind you instead and take your shit for free, basically, for a little bit of a human sacrifice. That's what they do, my friends. The water people, they get good feelings. They have all the resources because behind the scenes, there's human sacrifice happening over and over and over again. Someone has to work for it. Someone has to die for it because they just gave up on life. The water people don't fucking give a fuck. They just care about themselves. They care about whoever is winning. They care about, you know, sitting on a chair, in the chair game, basically. And if they're the ones to be sacrificed, they're just going to turn off their brains and be like, oh, actually, I died right now. They're just not going to care. They will try. But pain and suffering is just something you cannot, you know, try to turn off, unfortunately. Your body is going to keep on telling you of, like, you have cancer. You have problems, bro. Your bone is going to break. If you're gonna fall from this height, you have fears and financial problems, bro. You're starving. You know. You are lonely. There's so many ways to torture a person, my friends. And a water person should know that. Should acknowledge that. A water level person. Because a water personality is different. Ariana has the water personality. It's a social personality. But if you use the social construct as a survival mechanism, eventually someone has to be sacrificed. You're living in an island where every now and then we sacrifice a human because they have resources and we need resources. That's it, you know. We just, like, who is the least productive person, or has been the most productive but have taken resources for themselves, or who doesn't want to contribute and is the biggest, you know, ass in the whole group. We play a Survivor Island game where we just vote out a person because we want them out, bro. I want the fucking stuff for myself. I want to survive for myself, bro. Now, Survivor as a TV series wasn't actually able to capture the resources that people accumulate when they, you know, in a social construct. Because in an island, there's not a lot of resources. That's the whole point. You can only have skills. But in a more like decent environment, someone's going to become rich, someone is going to become famous, someone is going to be the most sexually active, and someone's going to be the fucking smartest. You know, someone will accumulate the resources that they have to be nice to be able to share, you know. But if they're not nice, they get sacrificed, they get kicked out, you know. So it's a very scary thing. The water, or the Squid Games, basically. The real Squid Games, the Survivor games, boys. The imposter games, the Among Us thing, like all of this has been replayed many, many times in on the internet. But it wasn't yet stitched together, is what I'm saying. It wasn't explained like I did. And I'm working fucking hard to analyze all the things because it benefits me. That's what niceness is. It benefits you, you just have to spit it out loud. You just have to act out loud of how you feel. That's all you have to do. To not be sacrificed, unfortunately, into lava, bro. This means, by the way, hello. But hello also has hell. I don't know why that's the case, but here you go, boys. I unlocked in my language. Lava, bro. Yeah, when you're nice, you finish being nice last. Because eventually you're going to be left behind anyways. Eventually, human sacrifice doesn't really happen, but, you know, people sacrifice each other from their, you know, bubbles, from their friend group. You get kicked out, basically. Someone kicks you fucking out. It happens to me all the time because, like, I stopped being nice finally, right? I stopped being nice. I had to, like, show my true intention. I had to fucking grow up. Finally. Right? And it doesn't seem like, on average, people have grown up, at least on the internet. People haven't figured that out. Which is why, Niga Higa is represented by the nice guys, How to Be Ninja, and the other things. This is representation. This is a very cool storyline of the most popular videos explaining what Niga Higa is. It's like, he's still stuck in the nice guy territory. He cannot actually break through and just shitpost a little bit more. So he allows himself to still be a creator on YouTube. Like, how do you just shut this thing down? But he was just too nice. He uploaded high quality videos for too long, so he doesn't feel like he can do that anymore. You know, in a fun way. Instead, he tried to, you know, shitpost with podcasts, thinking that podcast is still a nice thing to do, but it wasn't. You know, it was a failure. It was a completely shift of tone. You have to transition, you know, to not be a nice guy, to escape the niceness, to escape all the rules. You have to transition by showing slight, you know, slightly different intentions each time. For me, do I have to do it? Because I haven't lived through that technically. I mean, what I have lived through is the idea that I still have to break my nice thing, you know, my nice thing, in the natural way, because I cannot, like, with an aggressive tone, I cannot defeat my most popular thing, which is Spawn the Creeper's Forge. I have to defeat this shit. In aggressive tone, I have pushed myself here. All right? And that is 2.6 views, and all of this is now simping for Sniper Wolf, unfortunately. It's an unfortunate event that happened. Okay, I do agree Sniper Wolf has taken over my channel. I don't actually like that necessarily, and I'm not a simp because I have this fucking guy backing me up a little bit, alright? All of this is semi-aggressive against the people, but that's what gonna spice things up. I'm kind of always like that, but I still haven't defeated my real opponent. Is my most well-known creation, basically, that was publicized, and my skills got exposed, basically, of like, I can build a map. I know what Minecraft needs. You know, I know how to spice up Minecraft a little bit. And I have the skills of, like, programming, putting it all together. It's still, like, wacky and doesn't work very well, but I forced myself to do this, like, trailer thing. And it took me a while, but, like, that is the nicest thing that I've ever done, is force myself to do a 4-minute video as well. Force myself to, like, present myself and know that my map is going to be released and all that shit. Like, this is the nicest thing I've done, and technically it's the most popular one. But to actually reach the next level, you can't be nice anymore. You have to be influential. You have to actually understand how to show your intentions without hurting anyone. Because that's still nice, technically, but now it's powerful, influential, it has gravity, basically. So that is the strategy of how you detect what nice things you have done. You know, protecting a woman is also pretty nice. Protecting the audience is nice. So you can't just label things as not nice. But it's more recent, it's more true intentions. If you can do things recently and bury things from 11 years ago behind without the need of, like, brute forcing of, like, taking the video down or some bullshit like that. You have to take the challenge and figure out a way to defeat that. So I still haven't done that. I'm only 25% way there. A quarter of the way there. All right, of figuring out how do I defeat that? How do I reach 12,000 views on a video? What kind of skills do I need? Because I have to be nice to myself as well. I cannot start editing, but that's the challenge. Can YouTube Rewind hit 12,000 views at least, right? Can I at least do that? Because that's going to be a great achievement for my channel. That's simple as that. Simple ending. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I dumped all my feelings properly. Bye-bye.